thinking. Straight, okay. Turn cameras. Straight and 4, please 4 pranayama. Okay. Observe the breath very carefully. Make sure thoughts don't wander anywhere around. Bhagavan is going to say later, whenever the thoughts wander away, bring it back, the point of focus. So initially the first focus is on the breath. It's actually very easy or not? After the Dhyana, you let me know. The chat. Extremely very easy to move the thoughts away from all other objects and focus on your own breath, because it is closer than the closest, and something that is very close cannot be ignored. Very quickly you withdraw the mind from everything else, including all tension, pressure, anxiety. In fact, I tell you one secret. When you practice Dhyanam this way, this traditional way, the right way, you are moving your attention more and more close to your true nature, which is pure consciousness, Atman. And away from all the worldly thoughts and all other external upadhis, we say, including your own physical body, that you are this. Slowly you move. So first the breath, you focus on that. And after significant focus on the breath and breathing for all parts of the body, definitely all of you will feel very relaxed. When you do pranayama properly, your entire body will relax, including your forehead. Some people say they got some pain on the forehead. Don't put any pressure. See, when you try to put too much of pressure on a particular object, sometimes some pain will develop in the eyebrow, the nose bridge and all, right? So then relax. Don't put too much pressure. Then use another technique I taught you. Slowly observe the mind. So when there is no object to focus and the mind is only focusing on whatever thoughts are going through your mind, definitely there should be no discomfort or pain near your eyebrows or nose bridge and all. Okay. Mentally make a note of it, and then you write down later. All of you turn camera. Many of you not camera on later, okay? And continue the deep breathing and don't stop it. So wonderfully, between the breath and the focus on the mind with the closed eyes, 90-95% or even fully, I'm pretty sure all of you have withdrawn the mind from all objects externally, and only the thought is, I am existing and I am observing the mind. Then from there, raise your thought that there is a superior principle, supreme principle, Brahma Tattvam. Because Bhagavan has said, focus on me. That means on Bhagavan as Brahman, supreme reality, and spend some time. Look at vastness of creation, everything that's being created, sustained, resolved by supreme principle. And that real nature of supreme principle is formless, nameless, colorless. And it's pure consciousness. And by your Atma Jnanam, what you learned, you also now realize you're also pure consciousness, bereft of all the adjuncts, bereft of all upadhis. And so, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. Jivaha. In essence, each and every one of us are essentially pure Brahman, pure consciousness. So with that thought, Once you start dwelling on the thought, it will incessantly continue. So now you have to learn more about Dhyanam. So slowly rub your two fingers. More as relaxation. When you apply some small heat on top of the eyelid, it relaxes. Slowly open your eyes. Is not very relaxing? Huh? Nice? Ah, power of Dhyanam. Start the class. Deep. Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parambrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Shaje Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarva Lokanam Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Tadashiva Samarambham Shankara Acharya Madhyamam अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः अपार करुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखर गुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्महम् ओम यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्र मरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तमैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थित तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः ओम श्री कृष्णाय परमात्मने नमः नवदश श्लोका ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम श्री भगवानुवाच तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितं न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम् येषां नाशितमात्मनः तेषामादित्यवज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परं यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुते अर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पंडितं बुधाः ओम शांति शांति शांतिः अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता षष्ठोऽध्यायः ध्यान योगः ओम नारायणः परो व्यक्तात् अंडमं व्यक्तसंभवम् अंडस्यान्तस्त्विमे लोकाः सप्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी ओम 19 will chant, then go to 20. Shri Bhagavanuvāca yatha deepo nivatasthaha nengate sopama smrita yogino yata chittasya yunjato yogamatmanaha om shanti shanti shanti. Hardam Swagatam, hearty welcome to the next session on Dhyana Yoga, also known as Atma Samyama Yoga. So it's a wonderful way to calm the mind, quietude the mind. And once the mind is quiet, let me tell you, whatever decisions you take, the calm, collective, quiet mind will be the best decision. Correct on you, Venkatramani? I cannot say it is the right decision because the result is not entirely under your control. one of the good principle you can follow. Try to manage things under your control. Things beyond your control, don't really try to bother about it. The result, final result of anything is not completely under my control. So whatever happens, you'll accept. So calming the mind is very important. As you do more and more dhyanam, the calmness will percolate throughout the day, day after day. Any of you not camera on, please? On camera. Okay. Now, we understood in the last class, shloka number 19, we have started Dhyana Swarupam. From shloka number 18, Dhyana Swarupam plus Dhyana Phalam. Means what? Once you understand what is the nature, the true nature, Swarupam of Dhyanam, and start aligning your Dhyanam to what is being explained, you will get that Phalam, you will get the result, the benefit of Dhyanam that you are doing. Please understand, Dhyana is also a sadhana. In sadhana, there are two things, write down. One is called sadhana, another is sadhyam. Sadhana is an effort you put in. Sadhyam is the result you get from the effort. So whether it is kayikam karma, physical effort, vachikam karma, that which is done through the words, chanting, etc., or manasam karma, so mental chanting, mental japam, dhyanam, there is bound to be a result. That is why in dhyanam, one of the preparatory steps in antaranga sadhana is what? Confidence, self-confidence that what I am going to do will give the desired correct result, and there is no anxiety, no tension, nothing while going into dhyanam. So how are you able to keep the mind very steady, like a flame of a lamp protected from the wind, the cover? So as you build more and more, what? The protection for the mind doing dhyanam, or naturally for a mind of a dhyana yogi. See, a dhyana yogi, as per Bhagavan, as per Shastram, as per Gita, is a person who is also conversant, has got good knowledge of Atma Swarupam. Unlike the meditation, general meditation, all, here, the dhyana yogi is also aware through systematic study of scriptures, Vedanta Shastra, Advaita Vedanta Shastra, that my true nature is pure consciousness, Atman. That is why 𝐒𝐫𝐢 𝐊𝐚𝐫𝐚. So this dhyana yogi, now you see what is the beauty. A constant practice of dhyanam. And how is the practice of dhyanam going to be effective? Nature of dhyanam, swarupam. And like a flame of lamp that doesn't flicker, the mind of a dhyana yogi does not flicker during dhyanam. And also, when the person is doing vyavaharam, worldly activities, the focus is very clear on what is to be done. And that kind of razor sharp focus, the intensity, that is why dhyana yogi, mahans, even when they look at somebody, the power is so intense. And that is how we say great mahans darshan will also purify us. Sadhunam darshanam punyam, we say. How? Constant practice of dhyanam, that ekagra chittam is there. They may be doing external activities. So this, you can also become that. The dhyana yogi, the protection is this, write down. Your sadhana chatushtaya sampattihi, like the four pillars, vivekam, vairagyam, shamadhi shatka sampattihi, and mumukshutvam. Those four sadhanas will be a constant protection for you, for an integrated mind during dhyanam, and also that will extend during worldly activities. You're a dhyana yogi and also doing vyavaharam, you'll be super efficient. Let me guarantee you. And again, Suprabhatam. This morning I had the good fortune of spending more than 1 hour with Sri Periva, next to Periva, okay? At a time, Periva manages 150 things. Nah, LV sir. Okay. Exactly sharp, what is required for whom. You need to have 15 people around to make sure you take instructions and follow what to do. So you'll see, whoever comes tomorrow for darshan will have wonderful KNS scene, also very close quarters. Correct? That is the power of person who is involved in ekagra chittam. So one small update, because I spent about an hour in this morning and also requested for Anugraha Vashanam. Periva said that depending on time and circumstances. Okay. Guru Harapan sir. So after Viksha, we are not sure what is the program and everything. So the small change, I sent an update to all the participants. Please try and assemble at the camp early morning, 8:15 itself. They can skip the class if required. I will do half an hour class and I will leave from here. No problem. I'll take only 40 minutes from here. You don't want to miss Dhyanam, right? That 4 Dhyanam at least you should do every week. That's why I don't want to miss it. I'll do that and then I'll rush. And no problem. And so all of you please come there early, have darshan. And because initially I thought that we'll start at 10 and be up to 3, 4 for Anugraha Vashanam. If that is not happening, at least morning darshan, all of you should not miss. So please come there, have darshan. And then we'll then do Bhikshavadanam. Clear? Small change. So all of you are coming, please make a note. Make a small change, start early. GV Kumar, clear? Very good. All of you on cameras. Anand, Sheetal, Rathor, everybody. Morning traffic is also very less. Peaceful Sunday morning. Now, going forward, Dhyanam, beautiful chapter. Are you all liking how Bhagavan is teaching Dhyanam? Can you see? 𝐿𝐕𝐢, no meditation course will teach like this. They only cheat. They will not teach. The teach and cheat have the same set of letters. Somebody can reorganize and see? Correct? Ken? Easy Bargo? Correct? So, instead of teaching, many people are cheating. So, you follow the right way. Submit to Bhagavan. You trust Bhagavan or not? So, follow every word literally, wonderfully. Are you getting benefit slowly? Can I get you people to answer? Yes. Palindrome. Very good. Now, what is the real beautiful state or nature of the mind during Dhyanam? Shloka number 20. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Yetro Paramate Chittam Niruddham Yoga Sevaya Yatra Chaivatmanatmanam Pashyannatmani Tushyati. Beautiful shloka. All of you together. Sri Bhagavan. Lakshmi madam, chant ma first. Unmute.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha Yatro Paramate Chittam Niruddham Yoga Sevaya Yatra Chaivatmanatmanam Pashyannatmani Tushyati.
Very good. Together all of us. Sri Bhagavanuvacha Yatro Paramate Chittam Niruddham Yoga Sevaya Yatra Chaivatmanatmanam Pashyannatmani Tushyati. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. See, try and memorize shloka number 20, 21, 22, 23. These 4 slokas. Please make a note. To be committed to memory. 20, 21, and 19 also if possible. 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. 7-star slokas. 7-star. Really. Very, very. Even to dwell on the meaning of the slokas gives you great benefit. Now let us investigate these slokas carefully. So Bhagavan is saying to Arjuna and through Arjuna to all of us, please note this important point. It is implied. As I told, in the Yoga Margam, when you go, now make notes of all this, because Bhagavan is combining Yoga Shastra of Patanjali with the traditional Dhyanam as per Upanishads, giving you a package. What? Yama, Niyama, right way of life. Asana, right posture. Then pranayama, which you are doing, all those things you are doing. Pratyahara, withdrawal. So dharana, ekagra chittam, single pointed focus. Then dhyana, the swarupam that you are now practicing now. And finally samadhi. In samadhi, there are 4 or 5 types. I will not get into all those things. Okay, savikalpaka samadhi, nirvikalpaka samadhi, nirbijam, sabijam, so many things are there. That separate class we will take. But samadhi is a state where what? That there is only thought is there. The focus, even the thought that I separately am existing also is dropped. That is a very highest state of dhyanam. So Bhagavan says that when the mind reaches that state and it has got the power to restrain from any other thought by the constant practice of meditation, the mind attains great quietude. You're able to experience a glimpse of that. That glimpse are you getting? Time is very short. We are not able to extend it because when you sit for a long time for meditation, dhyanam, mind will still. Madhuri, yes. And will be difficult to come out of dhyanam also. It will take some time to come out. So the mind is totally still. So Bhagavan says that in that superior state, by constant practice, that's why Bhagavan said, constantly should do. You should not do one day and after. It's not like weekly once. Nah, it's not weekly once. Nah. So even for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, do every day like that. Okay. You do constant practice of meditation, quietens. And Bhagavan says, you will perceive your true nature of Atman in this state. The purest mind without any thought is the closest to Atman. Please understand, Atman or Brahman technically cannot be perceived by the mind. Eto vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha anandam brahmano vidvan nabibheti kadacha neti nabibheti kutascha neti. Both these facts are being established in this sloka. Nobody can comprehend the Atman by the mind, nor can you explain by words. Then how is Atman Brahman to be known? Naveen Venkatramani? Very simple answer. It is my true nature. That's all. What is Atman? I cannot explain. But can you say what it is? Yes, my true nature is Atman. Sir, the only answer, where answer is Aham Brahmasmi. Who am I? I am. And what is the true nature? No explanation, brother, is possible. True nature, bereft of anything. Athata desho neti neti. Very powerful mantra. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Adesha, the final message. Upadesham. Atma Jnanam is neti neti, naiti naiti. It is not anything that is perceivable. Ashabdam, asparsham, arupam, abhyayam. So Bhagavan says, when you withdraw, that's why naturally when you go into dhyanam, you are withdrawing or not? Tell me. So you say first withdraw from the world, other activities, focus on the breath. From the breath, go to the mind and then observe the mind. Then mind is totally thoughtless. And that state, you can get a glimpse of your true nature, which is unexplainable, incomprehensible. You cannot explain that in words. So Bhagavan says, wherein, when in this state, all these things, when constant practice of what is called a samadhi in Yoga Shastra, highest quietude state of the mind, which is restrained from any external hankering, totally integrated on the practice of dhyanam, fully quietens, and wherein one perceives the Atma, perception. Okay, it is not an experience, it is the closest to who you are. And what happens? That mind is the purest mind. Let me tell you, your own mind. You may say, sir, these minds are always going in wrong direction, sir. thinking wrong things, doing wrong things. The same mind can be purified by constant practice. Sadhana chatushtaya sampattihi. And then do dhyanam. And in dhyanam, you realize the pure mind. The pure mind is the closest to perception of Atman. And what Bhagavan says is, you experience supreme joy. There is huge rejoicing of the mind when it is what? Focusing on Atman. Why? Go back few slokas. Bhagavan told, Shantim Nirvana Paramam. Sloka number 15. So, that supreme peace or bliss, peace, bliss, happiness, all are one. Okay. Belongs to only Brahman. Anando Brahmeti Vyajanat. Everything else is Sukham, whereas Anandam is only there in Brahman. So you feel really very happy or not? Nah, when you're doing Sundaramama, nah. At that time, the mind is extremely happy, peaceful, NRS. Very good. And so now you understand, because you're closer and closer to the supreme bliss, the real source of all happiness. Real Anandam is there only in Brahman. It is not there in any material things. Now some people say, sir, money only gives me happiness, sir. If I see a lot of money, I'm very happy. You know what? Your mind was wanting money, something funny. So when you see that money, the mind quietens down. When the mind gets into quietude, that Atman, Brahman, Brahmanandam that is there within you is reflecting in the mind, and so you experience superior joy. Are you getting the point? Any other external agent or upadhi is a source of distraction. And so when something you like very much comes in front of you, your mind quietens. The desire for that entity is extinguished. And so the mind quietens for a short period of time, experience the happiness. And after that, what happens? Next desire takes over. How do I use the money? Next, Naveen, should I consult Naveen how to do, what to do? There is the next question that will happen. Slowly, you will go forward and then you will go on. So more and more you practice this quietude, dhanam, you will be able to rejoice in your own true nature. Now you see, do you need any external agency for you to be happy? You need any external things, your possession, friend, money, that, this here only. Can you see this? Systematically, Bhagavan is taking you towards, and that is the truth. Ultimate source of joy, which is Brahman, Atman, which is your true nature. This is the cheapest way. Now, is there any money involved? Sitting down doing Dhanam, Harish, Madhu? And do you need any special place? You can do it anywhere, provided you got the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. You can sit down anywhere. In Sahara desert, you can practice dhyanam. Provided that's your goal. NRS, correct? So please understand, anywhere in the world and practice dhyanam properly as per Bhagavad Gita. Clear? Now you see, when you look at the meaning, it will throw you a lot more depth of understanding. So follow the Padavibhaga Anvaya is extremely important. I keep repeating. One level is chanting. Second level is knowing just verbal meaning. Third level, Padavibhaga Anvaya. Fourth level, Acharya Bhashyam. This is the levels to study Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita study can never end throughout the life. The Guru Arpan should carry Gita book everywhere. Wherever he goes, he'll carry. Like that, he should carry everywhere. Okay, now, yatra uparamate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra cha eva atmanam atmana atmanam. Two words are there. Yatra cha eva atmana atmanam. Varango. Atmana atmanam pashyan atmani tushyati. Clear? Now look at the Anvaya. Got the Padavibhaga correctly? All of you? Can a couple of you say you got Padavibhaga? Yatra cha eva atmana atmanam pashyan atmani tushyati. Very good. Now look at Anvaya. Yat Yatra, when you put Anmaya, the order comes correctly. Yatra, Chittam, Niruddham, Yoga Sevaya, Uparamate, Cha, Yatra, Eva, Pashyan, Atmanam, Atmana. See, when you do Anmaya, Atmanam, Atmana. Tushyati, Atmani. 13, very good. Now you see. So, Bhagavan is boiling down to the supreme state of Dhyanam to only two things. So, Bhagavan's teaching method is wonderful, let me tell you. Initially, he'll give 15, then make it 10, then 5, then 2, then finally 1. Only two things are being told in this particular shloka. How do I know? Because this is Dhyana Swarupam. I told you, what is Dhyana Swarupam? The nature of Dhyanam, the state of mind during Dhyanam is a checkpoint for you to see whether I'm doing Dhyanam properly or not. This Dhyana Swarupam are all, every shloka is an indication whether my Dhyanam is the right direction. Because if you're not getting the right result, go back and follow the right steps again. So, implied meaning is one should know that you have reached the pinnacle of Dhyanam, the right Dhyana Swarupam. It's also called Samadhi as per Yoga Shastram. Samadhi doesn't mean what? Burying oneself. That's a lot your 𝐒𝐿𝐵𝐢 word. Samadhi Katita, all those, that's not. So, Samyak Adhishtanam Tishtati. So, where you rest in your own true nature, that's called Samadhi. Okay. So, that is a technical word in Yoga Shastram. So, here you say that reaching the pinnacle of Dhyanam, where mind is totally integrated, single pointed, and also finally the thought of I is also dropped, only consciousness is there. That pinnacle of Dhyanam, you can know, you should know that you have reached that. What are the indications? Write down. In this state, the mind is totally restrained, means what? Not forcibly. Naturally, it has withdrawn from all external thoughts. See, look at how the mind has to move. First of all, there is so much of anxiety, tension, pressure, problem, depression. From there, you have to come out. Then there is hankering for some things to be sorted out, solved, desires to be fulfilled. Then there is a lot of other impediments. You have to think through all the solutions to different problems and all the actions you need to do. So many things. The mind has got multitude, millions of thoughts are there. Yes or no in the mind? Such a powerful thing. From there, you have to slowly take everything away. And the mind is restrained only on this, what you are doing during Dhyanam. The mind is restrained means what? Not forcibly. Are you doing too much of force during Dhyanam? You're not able to naturally come. What we are doing? The simple step is catch hold of something higher, the lower will drop away. Catch hold of the breath, worldly thoughts will go. Observe the mind, thought of breath also will go. From there, mind will be totally established in Atman. So restrained, first point, write down. So when the mind is restrained, how? By the constant practice of meditation. Chittam. So yatra, wherein, in bracket is apply. Means what? How do you know when you reach a superior state of Dhyanam? Wherein the mind is what? Chittam means what? Mind stuff. Completely all the thoughts together is called Chittam. The mind. Niruddham. Totally restrained. It is not moving anywhere. Even if you try to make it move, it will not move. That is a beautiful state of Dhyanam, correct? Try to say, mind, go and think. It will not go. Totally restrained. How? Yoga Sevaya. Write down bracket. Dhyana Yoga Sevaya. By the practice of meditation Dhyanam. Here Seva means the practice. Sevaya, by that. Okay. Yoga Sevaya, Dhyana Yoga Sevaya. So you can know that you have reached superior state of Dhyanam, wherein the mind is restrained by the practice of meditation. When what happens? Uparamate, the mind quietens down. First indication is, have I reached a state where the mind is not unnecessarily flickering? Correct? Ganesh Ramamurthy are able to get a glimpse when you practice Dhyanam. Mind is not unnecessarily going to other problems, at least for that period. Mind is got quietude, quietens down. One. Second point is what? Uparamate is quietening of the mind. Two. Cha yatra eva. And wherein definitely Pashyan, one perceives Atmanam, the Atman. You not perceive, you cannot see. Don't say, I saw a light, that is Atman. I heard a sound, that is no. No, Atman is beyond any shape, form, light. It's an experience of your true nature, which is withdrawn from all other external upadhis which you have owned up to. Look at it. It is this body, this mind, sense organs, totally integrated complex we call. You're not able to separate the body from me, the mind from me, the thought from me, the sense organ from me, the intellect from me. And that's why Atma Jnanam is an important criteria for traditional Dhyanam. Are you getting now? That Vivekam, you cannot just cut off your physical body and all those things. How do you remove? By Jnanam. By Jnanam, you go beyond what? Beyond Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, even Anandamaya Kosha, and then establish an Atman. It's all Vivekam through Jnanam. You got the point? After coming out of Dhyanam, you have to use the same physical body only for all activities. Are you getting the point? Stomach hungry, you'll be hungry also. Because Bhagavan told, Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu. That is expecting you to eat after Dhyanam also. Don't think you will know everything or bereft of anything. So in Advaita Vedanta, you should know Vyavaharam and Paramartham. Write down relative reality, absolute reality. Absolute reality is only Jnanam, clear understanding, doubtless knowledge. Vyavaharikam is relative reality, all interaction you are doing. That's why you say the creation is relatively real. Subramanian sir, there is a particular order to creation. What? You chant every day, no? What? Both Ritam and Satyam. Vritagum Satyam Param Brahma Purusham Krishna Pingalam. Ritam is the unseen reality. Satyam is the manifested reality. There is a order, reality to creation in a seemingly real creation. To understand this, you have to spend a lot of years in Vedanta Shastram. It's not so easy. Confusing. Many people don't understand this. That's why they give wrong meaning of Advaita Vedanta. They don't know. Very rarely, unless you study with a traditional teacher for decades correctly. Otherwise, even Advaita Vedanta, a lot of people give wrong things. So be careful. Slowly, I'll teach you all these things. So be clear that you perceive that but what is happening here, you see, when you are in the superior state of Dhyanam, you perceive the Atman means what? How to perceive the Atman? Write down. You can have all these questions in the mind. You have withdrawn from everything else from the world, correct? Your thought is attached to me, mine, my body, my sense organs, my intellect, my wife, my children, my car, my bungalow, my money, my bank account, my office. So many I and mine are there or not. The moment you start into Vyavaharam, yes or no? So when you go to Dhyanam with Atma Jnanam, you are cutting yourself off from all other things, including physical body. Observe very carefully. It's a very complex portion of Dhyanam. Are you getting the point? How to perceive the Atman? That's what I'm explaining now. That means what? As I'm saying that you cannot know, you cannot yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasadaha, you cannot conceptions of the mind, you cannot explain through words. Then why is Bhagavan saying you'll perceive the Atman? What did I say on Brahmavida mantra? You all write it down, right? Very important mantra. So I quote all the Upanishad mantras, not some gas that people give in English language. Anybody wrote that down? Athata desho neti neti. Neti netyatma. That means what? You're not this. Naiti. So you have removed yourself from the connection from all other external things. And by that process, you have established in Atman. Krishna here, you understand? I am bereft of any upadi adject. That's how you perceive your true name. That's why what happens the next step. So, Pashyan, one perceives Atmanam, the Atman. How? How do you perceive that? Atmana, by the pure mind, with the pure mind. So, your own pure mind is making you clearly what you understood through the study, systematic study of scriptures, the 10 commandments, correct? Atma ekaha, Atma nirvikaraha, Atma sarvagataha. All that, no, you studied, no, the 10, don't forget that. That is brought into a clear flow of thought during Dhyanam. And so, Pashyan, one perceives Atmanam, Atman, Atmana. Somebody else is not perceiving your Atman. Are you getting the point? No, some other person is not perceiving your Atman. Who is perceiving your Atman? Your Atma? I myself. You know the beauty? You cannot see your own eyes. Only somebody else should look at your eyes and say, your eyes is so nice. Correct? Huh? Even you can say, sir, I'm going and seeing I can see my eyes in the mirror. It's only silly reflection. So, like that, here somebody else is not going to see your Atman. You are going to perceive your own Atman with your pure mind. And what is the result? Write down. Tushyati. The mind is in a state of superior happiness, rejoicing, and rejoices. Where Atmani, in the Atman. How you see? Every night, you all sleep or not? Hopefully, you all sleeping in the night. Okay, you go through a small instance of sushupti, write down, deep sleep, where there is no thought. Naturally, that happens. Teaser, Bangalore. You come tomorrow for darshan. Where you are? Huh? Give your name to Atmanathan. The number, please come. So, every night, naturally, without effort, you go through sushupti or deep sleep. And what is that state? That state is bereft of any thought. There is no thought. That even the thought that you exist is not there. Okay. And so, when you go through that experience, supreme peace, joy, happiness is established in the mind. And that's why when you get up the next day morning, you all say, I had a very good sleep. Yes or no? I was very peaceful during sleep. You say that or not? You will not be able to experience that peace, bliss, calmness while in Sushupti. Again. Why? Because mind is not working. Now, this Dhyanam with Atma Jnanam, the process of getting that state of experience in Sushupti in the waking state. Now, you have complex side the labor. Now, you understand now? So, the reason you are having supreme happiness was because you are bereft of any thoughts. Understand, any thought that comes in the mind is a source of disturbance. Free from any thought, zero thought, supreme happiness. That when you get it into the waking state, you experience the same bliss. Tushyati, in waking state, and recognize that I am in a state of bliss. What is the difference now? Simple question. Let me see. You're attentive. What is the difference between Sushupti and experience or perception of Atman during Dhyanam? There, you are not aware of the supreme peace, happiness. When you get up in the morning, you recollect. If pratyabhignayate, Acharya says in Dakshinamurti Ashtakam. So, when you get up in the morning, you recollect a state of supreme peace, happiness. That's all. Correct? The moment you get up, mind is disturbed. Yes or no? What should I do today? My boss is waiting. I have not given this task. Son is not got on. School is there. No, so vacation is there. It's fine. When actual work starts, you all know what is going to happen. Correct? So, in that At least when I get up in the morning, that's why I say, Pratasmarami Hridi Samsparadat. Think about your state, no, your real true nature. So you will rejoice in Dhyanam when you do Atma Dhyanam. And this is what Acharya says. In Upadesha Sahasri, write down. Sushuptavat Jagrati Yona Pashyati. Dvayantu Pashyannapi Chadvayadmataha. Tathapi Kurvannapi Nishkriyaschayaha. Saha Atmavit na Anya Itiha Nishchayaha. Sahasri is a very, very, Ghanamana composition. Guru Pansari Dalla focused up. Should study with a good teacher. Write down if you want. All of you write down. Now today it will be very meaningful to you, this sloka. Sushuptavat Jagrati yo napashyati. Like a state of Sushupti, Yaha, whoever, Jagrati, in the state of being what? Aware. What? When you are aware, no? When you are awake and aware, Jagrati, napashyati, you are not seeing. Even though you are seeing, you are not seeing. That means what? Nothing is registering in the mind deeply. Whatever is required, Vyavaharam you will do. Yachacha, yachacha, gachacha, gachacha. And again, you should come there, it will interact, it will go away. Nothing will go into the mind. So, Sushuptavate Jagrati yo Yahana Pashyati. Dvayantu Pashyan api Nacha yadvataha. Dvayantu Pashyan napi chadva yadvataha. Can somebody write a sloka? Very complex sloka. You are seeing duality. Even then, your perception is not of duality. Only Vyavaharam. This way, Vyavaharam, the duality is only in the relative reality. Absolute reality, there is no duality. Dvayantu Pashyan napi chadva yadvataha. Tathapi kurvannapi nishkriyaschayaha. I may be doing all the action. Tathapi, similarly, even though I am doing all the action, I am clearly convinced that only my body and sense organs are acting. I am not acting. I means what? I am pure consciousness. Understand that? Tathapi kurvannapi nishkriyaschayaha. Saha Atmavit. Acharya says, that person only can be called Atmavit, Brahmavit, Atmajnani, Brahmajnani. Na anyaha. Nobody else. That's why you have to study Atmajnanam very carefully, very correctly, in traditional way, traditional guru, systematically. Study Acharya's Bhashyam, all the other scriptures to get complete knowledge. Other seeming glimpse is fine, but then you should go investigate further. Enna spirit idalya. Saha Atmavit Nanya iti iha nishchayaha. This is the only thing I'm telling you with a lot of conviction. This is the nature of Atmajnani, true state of Atmajnani. Clear? You should compare that sloka with Yato Vacho Nivartante Upanishad mantra, then Adhata Desho Neti Neti, Neti Netyatma, and then the sloka together. That package only will be able to give you doubtless knowledge and this perception of Atman. Clear? Now you see, people say Gita, only chantings are very easy, sir. If you want to know the real depth of this meaning, it will take you another one class to understand the meaning. Clear? We'll chant it, go to the next sloka. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Yatro Paramate Chittam Niruddham Yoga Sevaya Yatra Chaivatmanatmanam Pashyannatmani Tushyati. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I really want to chant sloka number 20. I'm waiting for this sloka. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Sukhamatyantikam Yattad Buddhigrahyamatindriyam Vetiyat Vetiyatra Chaivaayam Hitaschalati Tattvataha. Lakshmi madam, very lucky. All good slokas you're getting. And
Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Sukhamatyantikam yattad buddhigrahyamatīndriyam veti yatra na chaivaayam sthitaschalati tattvataha.
Very good. So very powerful sloka. All of you know, slowly practice. Slightly complex. Chant slowly now. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Sukhamatyantikam buddhigrahyamatīndriyam vetti yatra na chaivaayam sthitaschalati tattvataha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Are you able to chant this slowly? Practice. Go listen to recording. So this is slowly Bhagavan is building up. Ellam build up da. We tell like film only. Harish Madhu slowly build up. Kadachil enna solveenga? What is it called as? Climax. So Bhagavan is building up to the climax of Dhyanam. How nicely building up barungo. Bhagavan solluma drama pandradhukku enna indaroma kapata nataka sutra dhari. He knows everything about. They should enjoy Bhagavan Krishna. I'm telling you. Once you study Gita, know Bhagavan, understand Atma Jnanam, you only enjoy. Nandati. So we are enjoying Bhagavan. No, what is playing beautifully here? What is saying here? So once again, another reflection or understanding of the state of Swarupam, Dhyana Swarupam. So now Bhagavan extending, sloka number 21, extension of 20. So you should know that you are in the right, true Dhyana Swarupam. The true nature of Dhyana Swarupam, the highest state of bliss, calmness, quietude, also called a samadhi. You can be convinced, you can be very sure you have reached the state, provided 1, 2, 3, write down what are the checkpoints, wherein one is able to experience and appreciate limitless anandam. It is not limited anandam. Ananda unlimited. Ken. All companies what ABC limited, XYZ limited. Here it is unlimited. Ananda unlimited. So unlimited, limitless anandam. It's called atyantikam. Write down. Technical word. Antikam, atyantikam. So that which has no end. So one is you should be able to experience. That means what? You cannot say how much anandam I got. I got 1,000 ananda, 100,000 ananda. So for that you should know little bit of Upanishads, Taittiriya Upanishads. In Taittiriya Upanishad, Naveen, there is Ananda Mimamsa. An analysis of what is the measure of Anandam. Next class I'll take in detail. Okay, Thursday morning. All that you should know. It gives gradation from the lowest Ananda to the highest Ananda, which is the Ananda experienced by Brihaspati. The real Anandam is beyond that, which doesn't come into counting. Count there is no count. Everything else is measure of 100. Increase by 100. There is no count. There is limitless Ananda. So you'll be able to experience what? Ananda unlimited. Okay, one. Now, what is the nature of Ananda? It is beyond any sensual pleasure. We get pleasure or happiness naturally through 5 agencies. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandham. When we see something, we get very happy. Hear something, we get happy. When you smell something, when you taste something, when you touch something. Now, that's why hugging. And again, why? Because it gives Anandam, right? To get unhappiness. They also get coronavirus in the process. That's a different thing. All this is giving happiness to us. It's called Alpanandam. Write down. Indriya Anandam, Indriya Sukham gives you Alpa Sukham. Sir, correct? Back to square one after coronavirus. Okay, anyway. So here Bhagavan says, beyond the grasp of sense organs. Sir, it is beyond sense organs. How do you comprehend that? Bhagavan says, that which is grasped by the intellect. Buddhigrahyam. That's why I told you, traditional dhyanam requires knowledge of Atman. That's why Bhagavan taught you Atma Jnanam for 5 chapters or not. Soumya Krishnamurti, go and revise all the previous chapters. Clear, huh? So Bhagavan is checking systematically through Atma Swarupam. What is your true nature? By Vedanta Vijnanam. That, now Venkateswaran CK, Bhagavan is saying, Buddhigrahyam, grasp that in the state of Dhyanam. So beyond 2 things. So write down points. 1, you can appreciate the limitless Ananda, which is beyond the sense organs and which is grasped with the intellect. And what? Importantly, you are able to remain in that state incessantly, constantly, and not slip from that true nature. Now you see, I got only a few minutes, I'll close the class now. See, what is happening during Dhyanam is systematically you're working in a process to remove your adjuncts, thought of adjuncts. I'm this physical body, sense organ, mind, intellect. Nah, we chant Mano Buddhya Hankara Chittani Naham Nacha Srotra Jihvena Jagrana Netre Chavyoma Homirna Tejona Vayuhu Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. You chant that, right? That is what you're practicing now. And so what happens? You get a glimpse of Ananda, limitless Ananda, which is beyond sense organs, grasp by intellect, Atma Jnanam, and you're able to remain in that, you feel happy, correct? Huh? After that, what happens when you come out of Dhyanam? Vyavaharam takes over. Now, tell me frankly, what is happening? Are you able to maintain same Anandam? It should be very, practical. It should be, self-examination. Yes or no? NR is very clear. Not possible. Because what is happening is when you come back to Vyavaharam, you tend to forget your true nature. What is happening? As long as you're established in your true nature, it's Brahman, Atman, limitless Anandam, 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 Paramanandam. Clear? Whereas moment Vyavaharam takes over your mind, your Atma Jnanam is buried, and then Vyavaharam takes over. Correct? All the problems take over. Now that shloka I told, Sushuptavati Jagrati Yona Pashyati. That means what? Even during the waking state and in Vyavaharam, if you can remain with your superior mind in the thought that I am Atman Brahman, and use the external mind for Vyavaharam, but deeply the mind is always in Atman or Brahman, that Paramanandam will not go away. Are you getting the point now? That means what? One should not lose sight of the fact that I'm Atman even during Vyavaharam. This comes over practice. It will not happen suddenly, tomorrow. What is the example I keep giving? Musician, while singing, Shruti is always there, correct or not? And the song will always stick to Shruti. And anything they do, multiple thousand variations, they will be observing whether Shruti is missing or not. So, no? Even hearing, you will make out. Similarly, whenever I'm doing all Vyavaharam, my mind is always tuned to the fact that I am Brahman, Anandam. Brahman is Anandam, I am that Anandam. So you will not lose your state of bliss even during what? Vyavaharam. And this is not, this Ananda, where is it coming from? It's coming from what? Jalebi, bhaji, jangri, scent, some good sight or what? Shabdama. Where is it coming? The internal jnanam that I am Brahman. Meenakshi Madam, very good. Now you see, beautiful process, sadhana chatushtaya sampattihi, atma jnanam, atma dhyanam, swarupa dhyanam, vyavaharam, paramartham, vyavaharika satyam, paramarth satyam, and then establish in proper state even during action, paramanandam, anandam, paramarth. Now clear? Beautiful process. Let us pray to Periva and Guru Parampara, Krishna Paramatma, Dakshinamurti to bestow the supreme state of peace, happiness, bliss. And all the activities in life will look like, jujumi. Shivani. All jujumi. Everything will become insignificant. Always be in a state of happiness. So, let's stand this sloka in the class. Sri Bhagavan Sukhamatyantikam yattad Buddhingrahyamatīndriyam Vetti yatra na 𝐒𝐫𝐢 𝐊𝐚𝐫𝐿 tatvataha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Technically, it's a slightly complicated shloka. On Thursday, we'll explain. Once again, reminding all the devotees coming tomorrow for Bhikshāvandhanam program, please come there very early. 8:15, so you come and you can start having darshan. I want to finish the 10:15 dhyanam and a couple of slokas tomorrow. I'll leave at half an hour class tomorrow. We'll close at 8 o'clock. I want to maintain the continuity because once we miss a class, Guru Arpan sir, continuity better there. So Periva Anugraham, we should make sure that at least we'll do that half an hour and then I will rush there. All of you others come there. Then, over next time possible in India, wherever, make sure that you have darshan of Periva and get blessings so that constantly we are on the path to Atma Jnanam. Now are you all clear? Brahmavidya, what is the goal? Krishna here. Anybody ask anywhere? Rajan, Vijay, what is the goal of life? Goal of life is this state, Atma Jnanam Paramanandam we should get. Okay, now, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Who is chanting today? Shankara Jayanti, Tara Subramanyam. Very good. Dubai. Chant Panma. Very nice.
Hari Om. Namaskaram Guruji. Namaste everyone. I am going to chant Sri Annapurna Stotram. Nityanandakari Varabhayakari Saundarya Ratnakari Nirdhutakhila Ghora Papanikari Pratyakshamayeshwari Praleyacharavansh Pavanakari Kashipuradhishwari Bhiksham Dehi Kripavalambanakari Mata Annapurneshwari Nana Ratna Vichitra Bhushanakari Hemambharadhambari Muktahara Vilambhamana Vilasadyakshosh Kumbhantari Kashmira Garuvasita Ruchikari Kashipuradhishwari Bhiksham Dehi Kripavalambanakari Mata Annapurneshwari Yoganandakari Ripukshayakari Dharmendhanishtakari Chandrarkanalabhasamanalahari Trailokya Rakshakari Sarveshwaryakari Tapafalakari Kashipuradhishwari Bhiksham Dehi Kripavalambanakari Mata Annapurneshwari कैलासाचर कंदरालयकरी गौरी हुमा शांकरी कौमारी निगमार्थ गोचर करी ह्योंकार बीजाक्षरी मोक्षद्वार कवाट पाटन करी काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलंबन करी माता अन्नपूर्णेश्वरी दृश्यादृश्य विभूति वाहन करी ब्रह्मांड भांडोदरी लीला नाटक सूत्र खेलन करी विज्ञान दीपांकुरी श्री विश्वेश्व मन प्रसादन करी काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलंबन करी माता अन्नपूर्णेश्वरी उर्वी सर्वजनेश्वरी जयकरी माता कृपा सागरी वेणी नील समान कुंतलधरी विज्ञान दानेश्वरी साक्षात् मोक्षकरी सदा शुभकरी काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलंबन करी माता अन्नपूर्णेश्वरी आदिक्षांत समस्त वर्णन करी शंभो स्त्री भावा करी काश्मीरा त्रिपुरेश्वरी त्रिनयनी विश्वेश्वरी शर्वरी स्वर्गद्वार कवाट पाटन करी काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलंबन करी माता अन्नपूर्णेश्वरी देवी सर्व विचित्र रत्न रचिता दाक्षायणी सुंदरी वामा स्वादुपयोधरा प्रियकरी सौभाग्य माहेश्वरी भक्ताभीष्टकरी सदा शुभकरी काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलंबन करी माता अन्नपूर्णेश्वरी चंद्रार्कानल कोटि कोटि सदृशी चंद्रांशु बिंबाधरी चन्द्रार्काग्निसमानकुण्टलधरी चन्द्रार्कवर्णेश्वरी माला पुस्तकपाशसाङ्कुशधरी काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलम्बनकरी माता अन्नपूर्णेश्वरी क्षत्रत्राणकरी महाभयकरी क्षत्रत्राणकरी महाभयकरी माता कृपासागरी सर्वानन्दकरी सदाशिवकरी विश्वेश्वरी श्रीधरी दक्षाक्रन्दकरी निरामयकरी काशीपुराधीश्वरी भिक्षां देहि कृपावलम्बनकरी माता अन्नपूर्णेश्वरी अन्नपूर्णे सदा पूर्णे शंकर प्राणवल्लभे ज्ञानवैराग्य सिद्ध्यर्थं भिक्षां देहि च पार्वती माता च पार्वती देवी पिता देवो महेश्वरः बान्धवा शिवभक्ताश्च स्वदेशो भुवनत्रयम्.
Very nice chanting. Very nice to see you enjoying the chanting also. Wonderful. Tara Subramaniam. Very nice. Good chanting. Excellent. Okay, very nice. Okay, now. Gita Samvatsara 𝐤𝐚𝐫𝐚, who is chanting 7 shlokas. Atmanathan. Very good.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
Yeah.
I am going to chant 18th chapter, 15th to 21 shloka.
Very good. Good.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Krishnaya Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Ashtadashodhyayah. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Sharira Vangmano Bhiryat. Karma Prarabhate Naraha. Nyāgyam va viparitam va panchaite tasya hetavah tatraivam sati kartaram atmanam kevalam tuyah pashyat krita buddhitva pashyatya krita buddhidvan nasa pashyati durmatihi yasya naham krito bhavaha बुद्धिर्यस्य न लिप्यते हत्वापि स इमान् लोकान् न हन्ति न निबध्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं परिज्ञाता त्रिविधा कर्म चोदना करणं कर्म कर्तेति त्रिविधः कर्म संग्रहः ज्ञानं कर्म च कर्ता च त्रिधैव गुणभेदतः प्रोच्यते गुणसंख्याने यथावच्छृणुतान्यपि सर्वभूतेषु येनैकं भावमव्ययमीक्षते अविभक्तं विभक्तेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि सात्विकं पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानं नानाभावान् पृथग्विधान् वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि राजसं तत्सद् ब्रह्मात्मनमस्तु हरिः ओम्.
Very nice chanting. Excellent, Atmanathan. Your star shloka number 20. Sarva bhuteshu enaikam bhavam avyamikshate avibhaktam vibhakteshu tajnanam vidhi satvikam. See, Bhagavan is saying Advaita Jnanam is Satvika Jnanam. Understand that. Okay? Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Once again, all people who are coming tomorrow, come early. 8 can reach, no problem. Okay? Sri Bhagavan. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tatsat Krishna 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 Shubhamastu Samasta San Mangalani Bhavantu Satyayeta.